Okay, this is the first time I've ever attempted to go live in any kind of capacity. The purpose of this is quite simply, if you have anything that you would like to ask about the art of gaming in the past or the present, come along, ask me, and I'll do my best to give you as much of an answer as I can under the circumstances. So yeah, anything you want to ask, simply ask away. Within reason. Be nice. Don't torture me. Okay? I'm actually quite a very shy person. Thank you, Isam. I'm hoping that means you can hear me as well as see me. Okay, so 20 watchers, one of you's got to have a question for me. Thanks, Rams. I appreciate that. Absolutely. Absolutely no reason not to. Every reason to have the the new Nintendo system on board. Nintendo, the Nintendo consoles generally do very, very well in HOG, all the way sort of from the NES all the way up to the current, etc., etc. Yeah, you can guarantee that will be there. 100%. Multi consoles as well, because from the brief sort of time I've had to check it out, I hear that it is actually it's one of these ones that sort of benefits by being around other players, other consoles. So yeah, thanks for asking. Devlebeck, how you going, dude? Thank you for the donation, by the way. One of the first people to donate to the Heart of Gaming project. When it went up the other day. Thanks. Still have the Sonic games. Well, we haven't gotten rid of any Sonic games, so whatever Sonic games we had before, we are going to have again. If there's any that you're sort of after specifically, give us a mention and I'll let you know. Okay, Emily Welfare, how's your crowdfunding coming along for you? Have you considered running a few events to raise more funds? Okay, so the crowdfunder sort of is taken off. People are noticing, people are donating. At the moment, it's only sort of been promoted thus far. It's actually a bit of a workload, to say the least, through personal Facebook, etc. It's, wow, you guys are leaving me all behind with these questions, so I'm going to have to answer them a bit quicker. But the media are going to become very aware. I've already reached out to companies like Retro Gamer, Edge Magazine, who have dealt with us before in the past. The exposure is going to get a lot higher, and in turn, see the results rising. Thanks for asking. Mukta Turk, also, have you got another Alpha 3 board? If so, bring it to TT, mate. I'll be waiting. Alright, mate, alright. Come see me when we're done. Will there be a DDR machine with actual DDR songs, not just ITG custom songs? Yeah. I mean, that is definitely something worth considering. There were people who missed the DDR machine when it was returned to its owner, who we had it on loan for. But DDR still does have its community. It's just a case of getting a decent DDR machine and making it as sort of run as many different versions as possible. There seems to be a lot of DDR versions, and I think, yeah, I'll do a survey at some point to find out which ones are the more popular. We'll chase that route, and yeah, you guys will have DDR again, I promise. Ashley, whoops. Time Crisis, oh god, the bane of my life. Time Crisis 2 is still there. At one point, I considered breaking it up for spares because I'm getting very frustrated with it, in that it seems to break very easily, and despite my best efforts, I haven't been able to fix the recoil that you get on top of it. So I will get that sorted eventually. I'd forgotten all about that one. Thank you for asking. In regards to any more Time Crisis games, who knows, we'll see. That the market price has been dropping on the 3rd and 4th installment. Let's see how things go. Daniel Ratcliffe, have you considered reaching out to London's indie game development community to hold events? Absolutely. You know, we've had a few indie games placed in Hog before. Some of you may remember the game called Space Moth, you know, which was basically a sort of a cave-style Japanese shooter with sort of a giant moth as the spaceship's protagonist, the game's protagonist. There's a good, you know, there's a good future now that people have the facilities to actually write and create their own games again. You know, then absolutely, yeah. You know, we'd be silly not to get involved in some capacity. So watch out, there'll be announcements on that. Thank you. Are you integrating VR into the new arcade? If you mean the old school VR from the 1990s, then absolutely not. If you mean things like the new PlayStation 4 add-on, then 100%. You know, we'll be dedicating space to the VR sort of area. You know, and a good sort of few setups there. Okay, Robert Oaken says, "Are you cool with being ranked 2 on Money Puzzle Exchanger?" I wouldn't know. I'm rank 1. You know, I think rank 2 is you. In fact, I'm pretty sure of it, boy. Huron Ramdua. How is the ventilation going to be? I find these places sometimes have a must. No, that's fine. You know, many people gather in a building, you know, generating a lot of electricity. It gets warm, you know, it's to be expected. Yeah, you know, the shopping centre is air conditioned. It's very well ventilated. Our space is effectively open plan as opposed to sort of lots of rooms sort of joining onto each other. So the air will circulate better. You can be sure that'll be great. Okay. Patricia Ray, yep, no problem. Azan Al Hassan, when's Marvel? Whenever you want it to be. Really, whenever you want it to be. Absolutely. Okay. Make arcades great again. Ooh. I don't know if that was the time. Will indie games be featured on the PC installments or just such games such as League of Legends and CSGO? Anyway, we can make, you know, we can make indie games reach out to, you know, provide more of a selection for our audience. You know, we're going to do it. We'll run them on whatever formats, you know, are available. We have a lot of different hardware, you know, PCs, etc. We can run. We'll find ways to run indie games. You know, I think that is a big part of the arcade's future. You know, in that if we can provide sort of games, you know, that maybe as of yet aren't available. Like again, like we did with Space Moth, it had its location test in Hog. The owner got feedback, and we were able to, you know, he was able to sort of troubleshoot. He released the game. It done quite well. We'll be doing the same. Brian Shallcross, hey Beeps, how's it going? It has indeed been a while, you know. Glad you're still alive, mate. We'll catch up soon. Oh, Devil Tibet, to clarify, I mean Sega Sonic Arcade, the one with the trackball. Yeah, that one I wouldn't get rid of at all, and I would do my utmost to sort of keep it going. Simply because it's a game, obviously, that from what I hear you can't emulate it because the trackball doesn't pick up the speed properly, and it's never going to get a console release. Sonic is an iconic character. You can be sure that that one's going to be hanging around. Also, Daytona 3, when? Well, let's let the game get released first and see what happens from there. But yeah, you know, Daytona is a timeless classic. If this version goes down well, eventually you can count on seeing it in Hog. Okay, Benjamin Tracy, I heard there was once an Into the Groove developer that turned up at Acton Hog. Is he a friend? Get Roxor to open the place. I'm not really sure if Roxor still exists. A lot of people turn up to play in the Groove, to the best of my knowledge, apart from Chris Chaik, who's a very well respected high-end player in the US. I'm not sure if there's been celebrities per se. Who knows, maybe Carl Ward will be down soon. Okay, Richard Wiltshire, it's early days, but are you considering more volunteers in the future? Absolutely. Ever since the project went live, you know, we've been seeing a lot of people have been messaging us, you know, with goodwill. Hi, I, you know, love what you're doing, etc., etc. Would really like to be part of it. And the truth is, you know, obviously it's nice. This is a thing of passion. We want to include as many people as possible in whatever capacity. But yeah, again, nearer the time, we'll address that, and I'm going to do my absolute best to find some way to accommodate everyone. Thank you. Okay. 11. This is the stone which was bought of naught of you builders, which has become the head of the corner. Probably. John Humphrey, if you need an events manager, get Ashley to give me a shout. More than happy to help get this venture off the floor. JJ Humphreys, I appreciate that. Message me, let's talk. Mark Williams, will there still be rhythm games such as pop and music? Okay, so recently I got talking to, well, not recently, a good few months back, a chap by the name of, I can't pronounce his surname, Italian, by the name of Marco, who was sort of, he has a number of amusement machines available through for sale through friends. We are looking at some of them. I don't want to say too much on that. But there's a very strong possibility that very shortly we'll be taking a drive over to Italy to pick up a Taiko no Tatsujin drum machine. You've all seen that crazy video that was circulating with the guy playing at home recently, so yeah. Okay, so yeah, you can count on rhythm games. Pop and music, that does seem to have a bit of an audience, in all fairness, so we'll see. Anything is possible, and if enough people want it, that's how we roll. Rivals of Aether or Riots? Well, I don't know of Rivals of Aether, but I don't like the sound of Riot. So Daniel VSA, we'll go with Rivals of Aether. The Daytona machine will indeed still be there, Anthony Stagg. Chris Rosemont, long time not much. How have you been, my friend? I miss you. I love you too. Come say hi when you're ready. Okay, Daniel, will we be able to drink there still after midnight for the 18 pluses? One step at a time. The application for the bar is in its very early stages. Obviously, we do want to make it sort of as friendly and welcoming for obviously the older gamers, but at the same time, we are sort of maintaining that we want to be somewhere where every gamer can come, sort of come and find something, not have to worry about. I remember being in the arcades, and in the early days I had to lie a lot of the time. I had to have fake ID so that I could get in when it was under 18s only. And consequently, because of that, I don't want that to be an issue now. So the drinking, the bar will come into effect. Exactly what the stipulations will be, running it is yet to be decided, but you'll hear it from me first, I hope. Cheers. If you weren't hitting the crowdfunding goal, would you still have a series of goals in mind to make the place work? Absolutely, yes. Considering investors, been approached in the past, but realistically, because it's a communal arcade, I really, that is built off the backs of players. The Kickstarter, the crowdfunding project is, designed so that they can decide whether or not they want to have the final say. So, yeah. Cheers. Are you considering more competitive racing? I know you love your racing games, name them early. Initial D, again, seems to have a bit of a following. We did have one in the past. It developed some problems. It was very... it was just a problematic machine to repair. Having said that, it did come in pretty sort of beat up condition. So, yeah, we can definitely look into that again. This is great, by the way, because you guys are not only asking questions, you're bringing stuff to my attention that maybe I haven't already considered, or that maybe is, in the same as something that somebody else has said. Therefore, if there is a market for a game, I need to know. Jason Harris, I love the idea of cucumbers, however I hate the taste of them. I feel the complete opposite with melons. Do you even know of a way that I could swap a cucumber with the taste of a melon so I can enjoy it at... See more, because I want to know where you're going with this. Oh, at least one of them. No. No worries, Mark Williams. Reza Fazeli, are you going to have good Wi-Fi broadband? Very important question. Yes. In the last Heart of Gaming, unfortunately, when we started, sort of signed the contract at the beginning of 2013, the internet wasn't the requisite the way it is now, otherwise it would have been looked into on a more serious note. Sadly, North Acton had atrocious internet, absolutely atrocious. Tried all ways of getting around it, and to no avail. But I can assure you, there's going to be high-powered internet in this place. There's going to be Wi-Fi for the customers. We need to basically make sure that we have the facilities to run the consoles. We do want people to go online. We want people to be able to go and play online. Internet is important, and you can count on it being there this time.